What's up everyone, OJ here, welcome back to another video. We got some exciting stuff to talk about. Update 7.0 is live for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and also the character that everybody wanted to see, another Fire Emblem character, has been released with Byleth, male and female versions of the character. Same one, but just, hey, you have variety within there. And yes, there is a ton of variety and a ton of cool stuff that is packed into Update 7.0 on the Nintendo Switch for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So let's go ahead and go over the update first, then we'll get into my impressions of Byleth. I want to have a big shout out to everybody who helped me make this video, with Chupacabra, El Chupacabra, and also Party Man, as well as we played yesterday on my Twitch page. Don't worry though, guys, we will be back on YouTube on February 9th. That's when the free OJ campaign actually goes into effect. We're gonna have a lot of cool stuff here, guys, so stay tuned. You guys will be getting premium quality Super Smash Bros. Ultimate live streams back on YouTube next Sunday, so I'm excited for that. But let's go ahead and get into some of these updates here, because my baby Sheik has been buffed in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and is a very glorious thing to see. And could we see an end of the terror that is called MKLeo's Joker with these Arsene nerfs? Maybe so. But let's go ahead and get into this here. So, big buffs for Sheik, as you guys can see right here. We have a graph for you. Shout outs to Justin B. He actually put this up here, so I am using his graph that he has here. So the big thing, guys, is that there are like shield fixes. The shields are like huge in this game now, so a lot of shield adjustments and fixes, guys, so keep that in mind. And vulnerability after you got a shield with some people, so definitely defensive play being emphasized a little bit more here. And the big buffs here that I want to talk about are Sheik and Cloud. Still huge buffs there. Sheik, I actually tested everything out. This is something that I've been wanting for quite some time down here. Sheik, down smash really good, grenades really good, needles in the air really good as well. Grab range also really good. It kind of feels like Smash 4 Sheik with that grab range. So I'm actually really liking what they did with Sheik. Also Samus, Dark Samus, major buffs there in terms of strength, knockback, and everything. Forward tilt with Zelda and just some of the tilts that she has, very good there. Dr. Mario got some buffs, but I still think he's not very good. Ryu and Ken got some buffs. Cloud got some really good stuff, and probably the biggest thing here is the limit charge with Cloud. That is faster now on there, so you're going to be able to get limits more and obliterate people more with Cross Slash or Blade Beam or whatever you want to use. Also, Young Link, who was already good, also got major buffs again, and also Toon Link as well. So those were all the major buffs in the game. We also had some slight nerfs, guys, with Palutena with the Nair. The Nair range on the last hit isn't quite as good, so there was a problem there, because as you know, if you watch any competitive Palutena players, the Nair is a very big tool, so that's unfortunate. But there was some slight buffs with some of the other stuff. But yeah, nerf on that Nair, and that's one of the main starters to kind of get Palutena going. Also, the big one here that everyone's going to be talking about is Arsene. And also, Zero Suit got a little bit of a nerf because the side B flip kick, once you pound them into the ground, it doesn't stay quite as long. So yeah, that's going to give you less opportunity to like walk up and like up B them or something like that, or smash them to get the kills. But the big one here that everyone's going to be talking about here, especially when it comes to competitive Smash, is Joker, is Arsene. When you're having Arsene, there is a meter that pretty much just goes down at a normal pace. But not at this point. When you take damage, it'll go down more. So that is a huge problem, because there are so many times where I play with Joker, or with other people are playing, or MKLeo at the top of the top, where you have just that little bit of extra time where you slip in a back air and kind of kill somebody when you have just a little bit left. When you don't have as much time with Arsene, that is definitely a huge nerf. So we're gonna see what the competitive scene kind of does with that. I think that it's a problem. I know there's been people that have said that it's not as big of a deal, but we're gonna have to wait and see on that one, because any less time that you have Arsene isn't good for Arsene, you know, considering Arsene is a big key to how Joker kind of gets things going. So very unfortunate for Joker mains, but hey, it is what it is. I still think Joker is a good character. Even without Arsene, you can kill and do some awesome stuff with Joker. He has some nice setups, and he has combos to confirms. So pretty good there. Now everything else, as you guys can see here, you got minor shield buffs and all that to pretty much the rest of the cast here. I think also Incineroar got a little bit of something better on the side B. Not 100% sure, but you guys can check that out. Link in the description below if you want all of the patch notes, but now is the bread and butter what we're going to talk about here, and that is Byleth in Smash. One of the most controversial characters to be added into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is finally here. What are my impressions of Byleth? Very good. I was playing against a lot of people last night from the Elite Ninja Village here on Twitch, and it was great. It was a lot of fun to kind of go through. My favorite things with Byleth is obviously the recovery. The recovery is good. Like, oh my gosh, the recovery is so good. That whip, you can go from above, you can go from below, you can use the side B to recover and to kind of guard yourself from getting edge guarded. It's very good. So the recovery on Byleth is super good. Also, the edge guarding from Byleth, so like when you're on the attack, edge guarding other people, really good. A lot of tools with Nair, a lot of tools with fair, back air, you have all sorts of stuff. Side B, because you can just recover and get back. So I really do love the edge play, and I do love the recovery of Byleth. Another thing that's really good, has some pretty nice little starter combos, some down tilt to up tilts, you got some up Bs, you have some nice stuff that you can do, Nair to forward tilts, got some Nair to other things as well. So I do like some of the combo potential that Byleth does have. There's some like chain grabs that some people are doing some stuff with up B, kind of just like linking them up and doing up B. You can kind of go off guard, and if somebody's recovering trying to get high, you can kind of go low and try to see if you can spike them down with that up B as well. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do to your opponents in order to mix them up and in order to have a lot of fun just toying around with them. I think one of the really cool things too with Byleth is, man, shield breaking. Shield breaking is just a thing that you can do with this character. Because of that down B special, the Amir Axe, man, you just bam, hit them with that. It's just got the super armor. It's really good. And on top of that, that arrow, the bow and arrow as well, the relic, that is good too, because that can break shields as well. So if somebody's blocking against that, I mean, yes, it's slow, and yes, you're going to get punished if you miss or if somebody jumps over it. But man, there is a lot of power in the hero's relics that Byleth does have. Also catching people with the spear, the forward smash, tilting it, tippers on there. So it's kind of a mix of a lot of the different Fire Emblem characters. But to me, this is the most fun. This is the most fun character to use in terms of the Fire Emblem characters because of all the variety of weapons. And that's kind of what we saw when Sakurai showed it off. It's just not a swordsman. Yes, you have the hero's relic, you have the sword of the creator, and it's great. It's really cool. But there's so much other stuff to this character when it comes down to it. There's so many different weapons that they use, and it just makes for like a variety and a mix of gameplay that you don't see in a lot of the best Fire Emblem characters. Obviously, you have Robin, which has 11 sword and has magic and all of that, but Robin's just not very good. I think Byleth is better than Robin in my opinion, and I'm kind of, I don't know, I guess a little bit upset that they didn't buff up Robin. I thought Robin might get some buffs in this one, but maybe for the next patch. But either way, Byleth is a ton of fun to use. I think that Byleth isn't a super top tier character. Is this character going to be like winning majors and all that? No, I don't think so. I don't think so, because it's tough for even some of the other Fire Emblem characters to win majors, right? Like Lucina and Chrom and Roy. I mean, they've won some, right? We've seen it there. We've seen them at the highest level, but it's not like they're winning it all the time. So I don't think Byleth is going to be there just because some of the negatives with Byleth, right? We talked about a lot of cool stuff, but there are negatives. Obviously, ending lag with a lot of different attacks, right? You got to be very careful in what you're doing. And also the speed of Byleth is actually pretty kind of slow. I remember I was using Byleth and I was like, okay, yeah, maybe this is not too bad. And then I picked up Sheik and I was like, oh my gosh, Sheik moves like 10 times faster than Byleth. So yes, there is that problem, but Byleth hits like a truck. That's the reason why Byleth is so slow, because I mean, you're killing people on the edge of the screen with those tipper spear like relics, man. I mean, it is just really, really impressive in terms of the power that Byleth has. Then on top of that, for sharking people kind of underneath, that up air, you can't fall out of it. It hits you with all of them and it just like kills you. If you're too much on percentage, it does kill you. That is a move that kills. So having an up air that kills, everybody that plays Smash knows that, hey, that is very good, because a lot of times you can throw people up into the air, you can kind of follow them, see if they can make a mistake, hit them with the up air, and if you have one that kills, that's a reliable kill move. That's a great way to get stocks at higher percentages. So I think that that's very good too. So I think the negatives in terms of Byleth with the speed and some of the lag or ending lag after attacks is offset a bit by the power that Byleth does have and the complete edge guarding tools and skills. Yes, you have the bow that you can use if people want to stay parallel to the stage. You have the nair that you can use falling off the stage. You have the side B that you can use. You have your Sword of the Creator up B that just recovers from everywhere. There's a lot of good things. The down tilt combo starters, up tilt combo starters. There's some cool stuff about Byleth, and I think that it's going to be a fun character to see other people use and kind of how they utilize him at the highest level, because this is just a day one from what I've played so far. But so far, so good for Byleth for me, and very good update 7.0. I love the buffs to all the different characters that they did here. Maybe they get some more buffs to some of these other ones at the bottom here, maybe like Piranha Plant, or even like another buff for Ridley. I think another buff for maybe Falcon or characters like that would be good going forward, or even like Wii Fit Trainer, Bowser Jr., Duck Hunt, which they got some, but I think that maybe they will get the next major buffs. But I do like how they kind of focus in. They're kind of honing in at like 8 or 9 at a time for the major buffs, each major update that we do get. So they do have a plan going forward, and love the buffs to Sheik, man. Those grenades are so much better. I'm going to do like a whole separate video on what I like about Sheik in Update 7.0, so that should be a lot of fun. So what are you guys' thoughts with Update 7.0 with Byleth? Have you guys tried out the legendary professor from the Academy at Garrick Mark? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Make sure you check out the links in the description below. We've got our Twitter page. Give us a follow on there. Also, make sure you check out our brand new channel, the OJX channel. Subscribe there for awesome videos and anime content. Plus, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below, and we will see you guys for the next video. Peace.